Uh, well, since this is short notice, we finna talk about this little buck 50 that happened in Canada that ain't nobody really talking about. And since this is short notice, I'm gonna give y'all a little time to go on get up in here. Let's get it going down, my friend.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, TZ Vaughn Savage and J Lava is in the fucking building with the Keep It P podcast, motherfucker.
Yo, I really want to congratulate TZ Vaughn Savage and J Lava on their new podcast, the Keep It P podcast, where they take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and tell how one could have or could not have been keeping it P.
Yeah, get on up in here, y'all. It is only the flyest podcast in the land. Yeah. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Get in here. Come on. It's time. Let's do it. Hey. Come on. Podcast. Keep me now. Look here now. I'm trying to tell you now. It's the Keep It podcast now, where we take news, situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the very reason why I'm telling you that I bust down the articles the way that I do. And first of all, before we even go on, since no content went up yesterday, I got to give a, belated shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. TZ Vaughn Savage. It was his birthday, y'all. Put your birthday love in the comments and all of that. If y'all know him, friends personally on Facebook, you probably already said what's up to such an awesome guy. But I hope my brother's enjoying his times and all of that theirs, and just a little maintenance and a little cleanup, because this ain't necessarily a scheduled event. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this, and then y'all will still have like the regular programming for the day. But I just kind of wanted to hop in here and talk about this. Here, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. These two guys right here. I'm gonna put the chat up here too. How my mic sounding? If you watching me, tell me how my mic sound. I've been trying to get, if y'all know, I've been struggling for the last, couple episodes trying to get my mic together. You know what I'm saying? Back in the studio, so to speak. So let me know what y'all got. I was just sending this out to the family like you should do. You should come in the house. It's just like wiping your feet on the floor. So go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you share this to your peoples so they can get this valuable information, because they're not gonna bust this down on other channels. I sound good, Mom? Thank you. All right, and so let's get into it. This one's a doozy. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about it, but it says, now this happened in Canada, right? It says series of stabbings at an Indigenous community. An Indigenous community? Who is that? Is that black people? Come on now. It says an Indigenous community and other town nearby Schenectady, Saskatchewan, left 10 people dead and 15 people wounded. Canadian police say Sunday as they searched across the expansive province for two suspects. The stabbing took place in multiple locations on the James Smith Cree Nation and the village of Weldon, northeast of Saskatoon, police said. Obviously we don't know where these places are, but just know that they are in Canada. It says Rhonda Blackmore, the assistant commissioner, said that the victims appeared to have been targeted by the suspect, but others appears to be the attacks are at random, but she couldn't prove a motive. Oh, no. See? right there when they talking about they can't prove. Now, are we going to get to see who the victims are? Because my first question is, are they black? And if they're black, then it's all type of fish sticks and shenanigans. You already know it. But anyway, it says it's horrific. And what occurred in our Providence today, Blackmore said, adding that there were 13 crime scenes where deceased or injured people were found. It is among the deadliest mass killing in Canadian history. And ain't nobody talking about it? It says the deadliest gun rampage in Canadian history happened in 2020 when a man disguised as a police officer shot people in their homes and set fires across the Providence in Nova Scotia. Well, damn. Killing 22 people. Well, damn. I'd like to know what color those people were too. It says a man used a van to kill 10 pedestrians in Toronto 2019, but mass killings are less common in Canada than the United States. They try to throw that little dig in there at the United States, rightfully so. Says Blackmore said that the police began receiving reports around 6 a.m. of a stabbing on the First National community. More reports of attack quickly followed. By midday, police issued a warning. The vehicle reportedly carrying 2 suspects had been spotted in Regina, about 335 kilometers or 208 miles south of communities where the stabbings occurred. Police said the last information that they had from the public is that the suspects were sighted there around lunchtime and have no more sighting since. The Regina police, Evan Bray, said that late Sunday they believe the suspects. First of all, it's a lot of suspects. It's a lot of suspects, and I'm waiting for the criminal records. Let's talk about how much crime I know they done before this and how y'all done let them off the hook. Is that the case? It said if Regina area takes precautions to consider sheltering place, do not leave secure locations, do not approach suspicious suspects, do not pick up hitchhikers, report suspicious suspects to emergency 911, do not disclose police locations. Suspects were identified as Damian Saunderson, 31, I guess on the left, and Myers Saunderson, 30. So I guess they're brothers. Saskatchewan Crime Stoppers issued a wanted list made that included the Miles, written that they're unlawfully at large. Doran Lees, the 89-year-old mother from Weldon, she said that her daughter thought that she saw one of the suspects when the car came barreling down the street early in the morning as her daughter was having coffee on the deck. Lee says the man approached and said that he needed help. Blah, 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 because I know it's a lot. I'm doing a few scrolls because I ain't got time for all of the... It says the search for the suspects carried out fan descents on Regina for a sold-out annual Labor Day gone between Canadian Football League, Saskatchewan Rogers, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. It says the Regina Police Service said that in the news release, with the help of the Mounties, it was working. The Mounties is like their little special police force. I know that. With the help from the Mounties, and it's also a lot of mountainous terrain up there too, so that's what they call them. It's kind of like a forest or a park ranger. But it says it was working on several fronts to locate and arrest the suspects that have deployed additional resources for public safety throughout the city, including football games at Mosaic Stadium. The alert first was issued by Memphis and Saskatchewan at 7, blah, blah, blah. So it says a call for additional staff was issued to respond to the influx of casualties. Authority spokesman Anne Lindman said in an email. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in a statement that he was shocked and devastated by the horrific attacks. As Canadians mourn everywhere and everybody. Deadly mass stabbings are more rare than mass shootings, but happen around the world. In 2014, 29 were slashed and stabbed to death on a train in China. Look at that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one alone. But yeah, nobody's talking about this. And notice this, y'all. This is that's why I kind of wanted to just read it out and blah blah blah. You ain't hear nothing about no punishment. They was just hey, hunker down, guys. This will blow over soon, Just stay out the way. We got 2 killers on the loose. No big deal. See, it says this is destruction we face. Harmful illegal drug invading our community, and we demand all authorities to take direction from the chief and councils and their membership to create safer. What does that have to do with these 2 kills? See, sometimes I go back and read a few paragraphs that I skipped over because I know it's some BS, and just like that, it was some BS. What does that have to do with finding these 2 dudes that had just went on a whole stabbed up killing spree? Good question. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section, right? I got 4 words that I'll leave you with. But before I leave you with those 4 words, how about a word from Miss Kendra Blackwood?
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the U.S. government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message, I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing 2 critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that.